Yields back. Mr. Carey is recognized for 5 minutes.
I want to thank the chairman. I want to thank Ranking Member Morelli for holding this hearing. I can see how AI can be confusing. Last Sunday, I was sitting at my house, and somebody sent me something that was generated. I opened it, and I really thought that there was going to be a Back to the Future 4 movie coming out. And now, this was something very lighthearted, but it was something that really looked like we were, in fact, going to have that movie. But I know, Mr. Clocker, you described a lot of this stuff in your testimony, but I do want to go to what Ms. Sewell said earlier about the AI logarithms and how we can do things to avoid any type of unintended consequences, if you will. But briefly, if you could, how does the CAO regularly collect and inventory AI use cases?
So we started talking to staffers in members and committee leadership offices. We've got.
And along that line, how many offices have you surveyed?
We had 150 offices total who participated in the pilot.
Okay. And how many committees would you say?
I think it's about half the committees, so roughly 10.
Okay. Along that, the CAO's Chat GPT working group, what has been the most common popular office use? And what do you think were some of the biggest shortcomings?
The most popular use are very similar uses you've heard in other areas. It's really that producing that first draft, and then giving it to a human to go from there. First draft of testimony, first draft of witness questions, first draft of a speech. A lot of times what people talked about, it gets you over that writer. If you have writer's block, it's going to get you over that writer's block, and it's going to give you a good framework to actually customize in the member's voice. The pitfalls is what we've heard here, right? It does hallucinate. It's also very confident, right, that it knows what it's talking about. It sounds very confident even though it is hallucinating. And so we need to address that through training and how to use the tools effectively.
I think the thing that scares me the most is that we're going to have a system where we're going to have AI-generated letters which we perceive from constituents that are then going to be AI-generated letters back to those AI-generated, and it's just going to be this vicious circle. And so to whatever extent, I know that Ms. Bice mentioned that we're going to be doing some more investigating that. And, but again, Mr. Chairman, I appreciate the hearing, and I appreciate all of your testimony, and thank you for everybody being here today. So with that, I'll yield back, Mr. Chairman.